Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show.
Woo-wee! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 215. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us the EPE. How you doing this evening, Nick?
I'm good. First week of football down. Carolina season's already over. Hopefully we actually get the first round pick in the draft this year.
Didn't you trade it for the quarterback?
We traded up to get the quarterback, yeah.
So usually a first for the next year goes in those trades.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
We'll look up the trade details. Eric, can you pull up those trade details? Yep. On today's episode, we'll be getting into pop culture pick'em, top 5 guilty pleasure movies. We'll be covering head-to-head batting average, what the fuck headline. Then the return of the Blind 5, the second installment. As always, we'll get into the NFL Week 1 review, the NFL Week 2 preview, coupled with Nick's Nuggets. And how are you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing great. All I really had to say is hook 'em. Fuck you, Alabama.
Hey, let's go. For those of you who've been living under a rock, I guess Texas is back. I'm still, we got to make it through the season before I could say that confidently. But we should have beat Alabama last year. We beat them this year in Tuscaloosa. Quinn Ewers played an absolutely amazing game, probably shot his stock up in the draft even higher. And it's a good time to be a Longhorns fan for first time in over a decade.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to that Carolina thing. So the Carolina traded their number 1 pick to Chicago. So next year, Chicago has their first rounder. Luckily, they do have their second round still, is what this article is trying to make Carolina Panthers have hope. Carolina Panther fans have hope.
Sick.
I mean, if it's the first pick of the second round, it's almost a first.
Right. Sick.
It's only 32 away from being number 1.
Sick, not.
Don't worry, you still have DJ Moore.
Right. Sick.
Oh, man. Oh, speaking of, who dat? You ready for this weekend?
Yeah, I am.
So what are we going to be? Customary bet?
It's going to be a Carolina Panthers victory. Yeah, I thought the customary bet was 2 cases of beer, but you seem to think that the price of beer is gone up.
It's never been 2 cases of beer.
2 cases of beer.
First
of all, what are you considering a case, by the way?
A 30 rack.
Okay. 30 rack, yeah.
I heard somebody call a case 24 the other day. I said that's
well, I'm from Texas, so
they probably went to a state
everything's
school.
Bigger in Texas.
They probably went to a state school. You shut your mouth. At least we went to school.
Hey, I went to multiple schools and multiple schools money.
And the Air Force. I bet you're a friggin' Operation Enduring Freedom veteran too.
No.
Take your fucking license plate off, Eric.
But keep the support our troop ribbon.
Forever, bro. Forever.
McDonald's. You have the McDonald's ribbon, right?
What?
You have ribbons, right?
Yeah, I had like 4. I mean, there
you
was
had
one.
4?
Yeah, it's
Jesus,
like 2 of them.
The Air Force give those out.
Yeah,
like
it's
crack.
like they give you 2. One for showing up at MEPS, another one for graduating boot, one for serving after 9/11, and the other one was like for getting marksman. Like they're not that,
You got a ribbon for showing up to MEPS. You thought you could slip that in there, dog. Get the fuck out of here. That's hysterical. That's a good joke, dude.
There's no you got 3.
I had 4.
The pistol, the rifle, the GWAT, and what else?
What's the GWAT one?
The McDonald's one that I served.
The one for serving after 9/11. There's like a ribbon that's the GWAT one?
That's the GWAT. And then when you deploy, you get what's called the GWAT E, which means you actually did something for the war on terror.
No, I did nothing. All I did was drink alcohol and make trouble.
And what's changed? Glad to see you've matured.
Whatever, dude.
Decade plus strong, baby.
Eric, who today bragged in a group chat that he basically should have gotten multiple DUIs growing up.
No, I mean,
Eric, care to
confirm
confirm or deny? Confirm or lie, I mean?
I guess I had to confirm.
First of all, let's not act like we were all saints as kids. So.
First of all, let me tell you what the greatest thing to ever have that our kids will never have to deal with the pain of having to drive home. Because like they have these cars these days. Not saying that I do, FBI.
Female body inspector?
Right, exactly. These cars today will keep you in the lanes no matter what.
That's a good point.
They really do.
You just have to touch the wheel every 7 seconds.
That's a scary sentence.
Fuck it.
That's a scary sentence, bro. Moral of the story, don't drive drunk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into the batting average update, Eric.
Yeah, so batting average this week, Luis Arias is at
now he's got fucking confidence.
fuck you guys. He's batting 348 this week, down from 355. Freddie Freeman went from 335 to 339, so he had a jump. But my pick to win it, Freddie Freeman, has now been surpassed by Corey Seager, who's at 341. So we have a third player in the mix to see who's going to win the batting title this year.
Can we just talk about how the Rangers have almost the same record as the Cubs? What a fall off. You remember the red hot Rangers?
Yeah.
Like,
didn't they just lose Scherzer too?
I'm sure.
Been.
Yeah,
he's been.
He left with what was it, quadriceps tightness, I think it was. And he pitched 5 but Scherzer throughout his career has left games early due to like a muscle tightness, and he's back for the next start. So
He's done. He's done for the regular season.
Yeah,
he won't get surgery, but he's done for the regular season.
oh wow, this is the first time.
And by the way, not to rub it in your guys' face, but told you so. I told you the Rangers are going to drop off. This is just the Rangers thing to do.
Oh, you're gonna victory lap? How about that Angels pick that I told you not to take?
It can still hit. Mike Trout doesn't get injured. Actually, I think the Angels might be eliminated.
Somebody did say Shohei was going to get injured and not finish the season. Sure enough. Wait, is he still batting? Or is
no. You're thinking of my pick last year.
Oh, it was last year.
That was my pick last year that he was going to fucking throw out his arm and not be able to finish the year.
No, he did this year.
Which he did, didn't he? He didn't make all his starts last year.
He did make all his starts last year. He didn't make all his starts this year.
Oh, he did make them all last year.
Yeah, because remember, we were like, he should be the Cy Young. But they were like, oh, he doesn't qualify for the Cy Young, the minimum for Cy Young or some bullshit like that.
Okay. You got the what the fuck headline queued up, Eric?
No, I wasn't sure, but I can pull them up super quick. So give me 1 second here.
By the way, Atlanta is the only team that has clinched.
Yeah, they won and they clinched their division on Philly's turf.
While Eric is looking up that headline, going over the AL East, Boston and the Yankees are eliminated, by the way, from winning the East. Let's see if we can go to the wild card here.
The O's are still leading the East, correct?
Correct. Yeah, the O's are leading the East. So the division leaders in the AL are East Baltimore, West Houston, Central Minnesota. Tampa Bay is leading the wild card by 8.5 games. They are 2 games behind the division. Texas has a half-game lead over Seattle, and Seattle has a 1-game lead over Toronto. The teams that are officially eliminated from all playoff contention: Kansas City, Oakland, and sad day teardrop Chicago White Sox. Can we talk about how the Kansas City Royals have a worse record than Oakland, and they're trying? We're not seeing riots in Kauffman Stadium. We're not hearing "sell the team" chants. The Royals suck.
They have the worst. Oh no, Oakland's run differential is still 299. That's right.
Right.
Who has the worst run differential? Oh my goodness, Colorado is 217. Yowza.
Yeah, Colorado fucking blows. All right, in the NL, the Braves clinched the NL East. I believe that's what that means. Yes, they clinched the NL East. The Dodgers lead the West. Milwaukee is ahead in the Central. Yuck. Philly leads the wild card by 4 games. Chicago is in the second wild card spot by 2.5 games over the Giants. The Giants, Diamondbacks, and Reds are all tied with the Marlins a half game back, and the Rockies are the only team who is officially eliminated.
So I know I praised this new schedule that allowed all the teams to play each other. But the fact that the Cubs and Brewers in a tight divisional race aren't playing each other this September is kind of sad.
Yeah, I used to like the last 3 series of the year, or the last 3 weeks of the year, going down to just straight divisional games.
I think they should. I love the way they have the schedule. I'm just maybe a minor tweaks that way the divisional games are.
Jermaine, they end the season at Milwaukee.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's 2. It's 2 games though. That's not a series. What I'm saying is
3 games. October 1st.
Oh, October 1st. I'm looking at September. What I'm saying is
they got Atlanta before that.
What I'm saying is we would have played them how many times before?
It is
right in a 4.5 game race for the division crown. We should be playing them.
It is annoying. In September, you're playing the Giants, the Diamondbacks, Rockies, Diamondbacks in 3 weeks in September. I do agree with you there.
Yeah.
And then the third to last season of the year is the Rockies. Why don't play the? I mean, you're probably going to win, but
yeah, right. We just dropped the series to the
hell
Rockies.
Yeah, you did.
Here's to hoping they only get 99 losses, you bish. All right, if you're joining us on YouTube, you can see that Eric has the WTF headline for the week pulled up. Take it away, Eric.
All right, so again, I believe, of course, it starts with a Florida man arrested for trying to cross Atlantic in a human-powered hamster wheel. This is by far just.
Before we get into it, why is he getting arrested? It's his life.
I don't know.
And technically, where did they get him? Because once he gets into international waters, nobody has jurisdiction over this hamster wheel.
That's just a man on a hamster.
He was discovered 70 nautical miles off Tybee Island, Georgia.
Well, that's international waters.
He was walking his way to the UK.
Walking. I love how it says walking.
I want to know if he would have made it.
There's no way.
Absolutely not. He would die from something like heat exhaustion, dehydration, no food. Something would get him.
Eric, can you go to the maps and pull up how long it would take to get from Florida to the UK walking? I want to see how much it's like.
Oh, Google says you're an idiot and it's not possible.
Yeah, of course it's not possible. Fucking Google.
Can one walk from the USA to the UK?
Here, I'm gonna do United Kingdom.
That is 6,980 miles.
Dude, did he have provision? Like, was he
no chance, dog? He had a 30 rack.
he got 70 miles off the coast of Tybee. That's impressive.
That is a little impressive.
How long does it take you to walk?
I was about to say I'm looking up human walking.
So I was going to ask you guys what do you think you can walk in one day? 50 miles?
It says human walking speed is 3.2 miles an hour.
So 3.2
times 24.
So that he was out there for basically a day.
So what I want to know, does the hamster wheel propel faster than human walking speed? Because that may dictate why he was able to get 7.
It would take him 90.
Because he said human. It said human powered hamster wheel.
Exactly. It would take 92 days walking. At that pace of 76 a day.
Here's what we need to do. Arrest him, sure. Somebody call Discovery Channel. Bail this man out. They follow him with a boat. They film the whole thing, and they make us a series of it.
Get this man a TV show.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I would watch that. I would well, maybe not all of it, but I would watch some of this man trying to walk. Does it tell you how fast he made it? Get the fuck out of here. He tried in 2014, 2016, and 2021. He's a repeat offender.
Okay. I was gonna give this man credit. I was gonna be like, oh, dude, like that. Stop arresting this man. There is a line in the article that says, however, the defendant is accused of threatening to kill himself with a 12-inch blade if they came near him. And things really escalated when the Coast Guard approached him and he said he would detonate a bomb.
All right, don't give this man a TV show.
Yeah. A 2-day standoff, dude.
Okay. I would like to take back. This man definitely should have been arrested.
This man deserved to be arrested for sure.
Take his contraption, give it to a sane man, and let him do it.
I'll do it, dude. This sounds wild. I would 100% try.
69 replies. Nice.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
We did have one more that we ran. So 11,000 runners were DQ'd from Mexico City Marathon.
First of all, that's so funny, though.
They were missing checkpoints that were placed every 5 kilometers. Some runners allegedly used vehicles or public transport to cut the course.
Why sign up?
There's got to be some dude, though, that figured it out and, like, took public transportation, like, for 4 kilometers, ran a kilometer, took 4, like... There's some guy that figured it out.
What I just don't understand, it's like, why would you sign up for the marathon then?
Which is it's so funny.
The Mexico City Marathon has had issues with rampant cheating in the past. In 2017, nearly 6,000 runners were disqualified for similar reasons, with more than 3,000 also being removed from the result the next year. So I guess it's just a trend to do it at this fucking event.
This is just a tradition.
Yeah, at this point.
Hey, the winner set the record. Go back. How long was that?
Fuck. Give me 1 second.
Too late.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
2 hours, 27 minutes, and 16 seconds. I'm not sure if that's what I saw, but
that's exactly what it is with that photographic memory.
Get the fuck out of here! I don't have photographic memory.
Photographic memory. I'm sick of your lies.
All right, the moment is upon us. Let's get into head-to-head.
Head-to-head. All right. So last week was week 35. Pretty solid week for some of us. Jermaine went 1-2, bringing him to 41-58 on the season, down 8.6 units. Nick, he's on the struggle bus, 0-3, bringing him to 37-60-2 on the season. He is now down 1.5 units. Perfection Eric, 3-0, 40-59 on the season, down 4.8 units. And Nevada also went perfect, 3-0, putting him at 36-59-1, down 6.1 units.
Oh shit! Go back to the Buffalo bet. Go back to my Buffalo bet. I didn't mean that for Monday Night Football.
Oh, you want us? Okay, we could. So you want it for?
I said 9-17 Buffalo minus 8.5. So take that shit off. Take that L off. Daddy's back.
All right, you still got the L for Dansby.
We're booking it as an L, bro. Like, I hope you know. You got that.
Dude,
we can book this one as a window. Oh, no, this is going to be an L.
Colorado, just put Colorado State plus 22.5 as an L because people keep providing bulletin board material to teams that don't fucking need it.
Unreal.
All they've done has been doubted. You could keep that up, Eric. We'll go ahead and get into pop culture pick'em.
All right, sweet. All right.
Today's topic: top 5 guilty pleasures. The order is myself, Eric, and Nick. I'll go first. I'm going to take. Man, there's a lot of good options here. I'll take Pretty Woman.
Good movie.
Now, my question is: does this have to be like I wouldn't watch this movie?
It's something that, like, if the boys are around, you probably wouldn't put it on, or you only watch it with a lady, or when you're by yourself sad, like something that's not necessarily, that you're gonna watch with the boys. Like, it's a guilty pleasure, Only you really know that you watch it.
Hey, you turn the lights off, you lock the door. Ain't nobody getting in to see you watching this bad boy.
By yourself sad.
That's how Nick spends most of his time.
100%.
All right, so Pretty Woman, excellent choice, great movie. I'm gonna go with. I just watched it on the flight to Cyprus. I'm gonna go with The Devil Wears Prada.
Nobody needed all that extra stuff. Just say the movie.
All right, man.
I'm just messing
doubt,
with you.
dude. I'm surprised this one lasted this long. I'm gonna go Pitch Perfect.
I would watch that with the homies. Get a little bro Capella on.
Yeah, but you're a theater kid, so that's some shit y'all do together when you get together. You like put feminine clothes on and dance around and shit.
Eric, you've been with him. You know most of his friends. I don't know why you acted like he's got this secret traveling trope of musicians he hangs out with. Where he like comes into an alley, he's like, "All right, we're here." Donate. Like he's we know most of his friends, Eric.
Bro, speaking of, do you guys think being a part of a flash mob would be a good fantasy football punishment?
No, you have to. No, here's a better fantasy football punishment. You have to do a flash mob, just you, and like not recruit anybody else.
Oh, I'll probably get arrested like that guy from Florida, dude.
I saw one today that was like the loser has to put on the full like caddy outfit and caddy for the winner for 18 holes of golf.
That's a good punishment.
That's an excellent punishment.
Because you can still go out, you can still drink, you can still have fun, but you got to be like in the whole like.
What you have to do is they have to volunteer reading books to criminal reform patients. I just made that up.
They have to dress like drag queens and go to Florida public schools.
And be dead.
All right, I'll go. My second choice is gonna be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Okay,
never seen it.
Such a fire movie.
It's a good.
Is it
movie.
really?
It's such a good movie.
All right. With my second pick, I'm gonna go with Clueless.
We didn't get a backstory on that one. So I was 5 years old.
Yeah, I discovered. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Proceed.
Yeah.
Next pick.
Padussy. I'll take the hot chick.
Ooh, good movie.
And let's see.
That's a good one. You just gave me an idea.
Hey, this movie sucks, so that's why it's making the list. You could put 1 and 2 for this. The '90s Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh, those are bad. Those are bad.
I remember being a kid and just turning it off. Like, this is absolute rubbish.
It's Mortal Kombat with a K.
That's absolute what?
Oh shit, rubbish.
Oh, Europe's changed me.
I've been saying rubbish before I went to Europe. Anyway.
No, you have not.
I have, bro.
Jermaine,
have my back here, bro.
That's the first time I've ever heard him say rubbish.
Eric, it's your pick.
All right, so,
Eric. I went on holiday.
With my third pick, I'm just gonna take Mean Girls. I can't believe it made it this far.
I would watch that with the homies, though.
Yeah, but you're a theater kid. You probably dress up and act like the popular girls at high school.
Mean Girls is a good movie.
I'm gonna go Frozen. Frozen's a fire movie. I'm gonna go. Oh Jesus, I'll save it. I'm gonna go Bend It Like Beckham for my second pick or my fourth pick, I guess.
No Shaolin Soccer?
Dude, no, because I'd put that shit on with the homies.
Yeah. Oh, man. My fourth pick, I'm going to take Crazy Stupid Love.
It's a great movie.
I'd watch that with the homies, though. Eric's whole list is movies I'd watch with the homies.
Me and you would sit in the living room right now and watch Mean Girls.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's a fire movie. It's a bunny. Duh.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Bro, Mean Girls is a fire movie. Although I will say, as a teenage high school boy, I was like, that movie's stupid. And then the girls made me watch it, and I was like, oh, I see the hype. Yeah. I'm going to take the 2 movies that have made me first cry as a kid. In no particular order. I'll take Beaches and A Walk to Remember. Now, those movies I would not watch with the homies, bro.
Yeah. I'm not crying. I Walk to Remember. I'm not crying. I'm not going to fucking do it.
Well, I am. My mom made me watch those movies when she had cancer when I was growing up. That's almost.
Way to pull out the heartstrings there, my man.
Holy crap! Can we call Child Protective Services? You can't put those movies when you have cancer at the time.
Dude, holy shit.
Dog, that's cold-blooded, Mama Mendez.
She was playing psychological warfare with your ass back then, dude.
She's like, you ain't gonna grow up no punk bitch. We gonna toughen you up.
Damn, Jesus Christ. All right, my final pick. I have so many written down here, but I'm gonna go with the timeless classic, Never Been Kissed.
Is that the Drew Barrymore movie?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't watch that with the homies. Good movie though. That's a good movie. Finish it off with Riding in Cars with Boys, Nick.
I'm gonna finish it off with Grease.
Oh fuck no, dude.
Dude, Grease is a fire movie.
Oh, shit, dude.
I thought you hate musicals, Nick.
I do fucking hate musicals, except for the musicals I like, which turns out to be a lot of musicals.
It's like 6 now that you've mentioned.
But I'm not gay.
Bro, you know how much grief he gave me for wanting to see A Greatest Showman, Eric?
Oh, I can only imagine.
It was like 3 weeks of him. He's just like, what are you? God, we could go let's play soccer.
From now on.
Now he owns.
Didn't you end up loving it, Nick?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm pretty sure he owns the soundtrack.
Yeah, I think I have the soundtrack. I think it's one of my most played. From now on, it's one of my most played songs on Apple. I think. It's become so much that when people are like, "Can we go out for?" People are like, "Go out for karaoke." I'm like, I'm gonna sing From Now On from The Great Showman.
He gave me so much grief, and now that it's an all-time favorite song for him.
Dude,
That's so funny,
Sing,
dude.
Rock of Ages, Grease, Phantom of the Opera. Dude, fuck it. I'm like, musicals are dumb.
Well, I hate to interrupt right now, but Thursday Night Football put Marshawn Lynch with Amish people, and they're doing a segment right now, and this is absolutely hilarious.
That's amazing. Marshawn Lynch needs to get his television show back, or whatever it was. The Facebook that show was fantastic. I don't know why more people didn't watch it. It was outstanding.
Just send Marshawn Lynch into parts of white America who've never experienced somebody like him before.
He's sitting here trying to give them their phone to go through the picture. He's like 70 and Amish. She's like, what the fuck is this?
Honorable mention for me: Sing, Batman and Robin, Miss Congeniality, and then these ones are kind of ones I'd put on with the homies, but they'll kind of get you shamed a little bit. I feel like Con Air, The Replacements, and the original Point Break.
No chance. Those are all fire. What homies?
Those are all
what homies you hanging out with that are shaming you for those 3 movies?
This is just I've been shamed for these before.
I would go as far as say The Replacements might be the greatest football movie ever made.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, before that, it's Steve and Willie Beeman and Any Given Sunday.
I was about to say it's Any Given Sunday.
All right,
that is Any Given Sunday is a movie about sports. It's just a legitimately good movie. Shout out Antoine Fuqua.
The 6 inches in front of your face. That's where life happens.
Bro, the speeches in that. Also, Cameron Diaz is like the owner boss chick. She was such a badass in that movie, and she's sexy. So,
yeah, only skinny woman I've ever liked. But damn,
she's fine, bro. She ain't Kate Hudson skinny. Kate Hudson could turn sideways and blow away in the wind.
No doubt, dude. She has to watch out for one wooden floor. She'll fall right through.
All right, Eric, read us the list so we can wrap up pop culture.
Yeah, so top 5 guilty pleasure movies. Jermaine had the first pick. He went Pretty Woman, Hot Chick, 90s Mortal Kombat movies, Beaches, and A Walk to Remember. I had the second pick, Devil Wears Prada, Clueless, Mean Girls, Crazy Stupid Love, and Never Been Kissed. Nick closed us out with the third pick, Pitch Perfect, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Frozen, Bend It Like Beckham, and arguably the worst musical ever, Grease.
Eric, what do you think of our picks from last episode? Do you have anything to add to top 5 ballpark foods? Anything that we missed?
I was looking at it, man, and it's like if we had a third person, we couldn't have done that episode. We couldn't have done that topic because you guys hit everything, man.
It would have been hard with 3 people.
Yeah, because I mean, number 1 for me would have been funnel cake, and that was 5 for Nick. So yeah, it's all.
Dude, funnel cake is awful. Funnel cake is not. Funnel cake is
so bad.
Hold on. I have to make sure. I'm gonna get really close to the camera here. You go to a ballpark and you go, ooh, funnel cake. That's your number 1.
Yeah, dude.
That's what you look forward to at an MLB stadium is funnel cake.
Yeah, dude.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
First of all, it's hot dog, beer, and then something else. That's I will allow. Jermaine said, what did you say, Jermaine?
What do you mean?
You said, what did you say? You said lemonade, right?
Oh, yeah. Ice cold lemonade.
Delicious. Churro, delicious.
Yeah. I took hot dog as well.
Yeah.
Also,
I had sunflower seeds / peanuts. Got to get those at a ball game.
Also, beer is not a drink. I mean, it's not a food; it's a drink.
So we
nailed it. Nope, you nailed it. Beer's not a drink.
So
you got it, man.
So note to self, Nick. Remember when we asked if Eric would listen to the podcast? So this is our answer. So if you want
traveling, dude.
Jermaine, he was in Europe.
You know what? He's telling me that he traveled, but then he sat here and also told me, "Oh, I downloaded a bunch of episodes of the Kelsey Brothers podcast and just binged that." So you were listening to podcasts while traveling.
Right. Yeah, getting ready for football season.
Just not the podcast you're a part of.
Oh, getting ready for football season. You mean like a week 1 podcast that you are the executive producer for? You're right. No need to get ready for football season with week 1 of a sports betting podcast.
You remember
2 idiot brothers talk about how their lives are way better than yours.
Yeah, that's true.
You remember when he begged us for 6 months to be a part of this podcast?
What?
Come on, bro. Can I be a part of this?
I don't recall it that way.
Producer? Could be executive producer.
There it is,
bro,
number 2.
You had to replace your knee pads. You were asking for so long.
Oh yeah.
They were worn.
Ask anybody; these knees are indestructible.
Yeah, right, dude. I could hit you with the oop in the hallway and see you fall out, dude.
I was walking down the stairs and I missed a step, and I thought I tore everything in.
Your ACL, your MCL, your DVD, your MRI, everything's torn.
Dude, the VCR, bro.
The VCR. ACL, PCL, VCR, DVD.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So that wraps up Pop Culture Pick'em Top 5 Guilty Pleasure Movies. Let us know what movies you would have on your list. We're always excited to see those come through. Let's go ahead and get into the second rendition of the executive producer's first contribution to this show, The Blind Five.
Yeah. Shout out Nevada for coming up with this with me. So we're going to start today. First option for you guys, The Longest Yard.
Which one?
The newest one, dude.
Top 5 prison movies.
Is that what we're starting with? That's the thread.
No.
I think these are going to be Adam Sandler movies. Where would you rank The Longest Yard on Adam Sandler movies?
5.
I think so. Yeah, I'm going 5, dude.
Even in prison movies, I'd probably rank it 5.
In football movies, 5.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 is gonna be The Waterboy.
Yeah, it's Adam. Is it Adam?
Is it Adam Sandler football movie? Yeah, dude. The Waterboy is The Waterboy is fire, bro.
Yeah, I'd say Adam Sandler movies, The Waterboy's fire. Adam Sandler football movies, The Waterboy's fire. I'd say 2.
2. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's go.
All right. Number 3 is gonna be The Benchwarmers.
Ooh.
Oh, 4.
Is Adam Sandler in Benchwarmers?
Yes.
I don't know.
He is.
I don't know. That movie sucked. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, 4. Should have put it 5. But
yeah, I would have put it 5, but
4.
So The Benchwarmers 4. The next option.
Which dog is breathing that?
This would be Hank.
My guy is wheezing.
Yeah, he has a broken nose. We love him.
Sounds like
love
hitting
him,
my
but
second flight of stairs, dude.
We love him. I want to name him Eric.
Do it.
It's Eric upstairs.
Give the people what they want, Hank.
Now he stops breathing.
He's looking at it like he's about to eat it.
My guy froze.
He did. Hank, you gotta say something on camera.
He got stage fright, dude.
He did. All right, Eric.
The fourth option is Hustle.
Is that the Adam Sandler basketball movie?
Yep.
That movie's
number one. Number one.
Yeah, but what if Uncut Gems is the other movie?
Oh, wait, hold on. I thought that was Uncut Gems.
No. Hustle is a movie.
Hustle is with my boy Hernan Gomez.
Yeah.
Hernan Gomez, yep.
Yeah. That's number 3 is good for Hustle. Number 3 is good for Hustle.
God, yeah. Okay.
All right, and last option, and I think it played out perfectly for you guys, is Happy Gilmore.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
And as you
How did Uncut Gems not make this list?
Because it's not Adam Sandler movies, it's Adam Sandler sports movies. And that movie is not about sports, it's about gambling.
Gambling on what?
On basketball, but still.
No basketball.
Kevin Garnett's silver screen debut about his time with the
I sat here and I debated. Nope. I sat here and I debated for hours on if I should include that or not. And I came to the decision that Adam Sandler does not play sports. He does not coach sports or anything involved. All he does is bet. So
sports.
I don't. It doesn't matter, bro. I decided to leave it out.
It involves the Boston Celtics championship ring and shenanigans.
I know what it is. I've seen it multiple times. I love that fucking movie, and it would have been number 1 had I put it on here. But I had to go with the movies where he actually played, and you know what I mean. It was the executive producer's decision, and we can deal with it later.
Does he play sports in Hustle?
No, I say, or he coaches, and he actually did play, but he fucking got a DUI and tore his hand. And...
Not in the movie. In the past life he played.
All right. Well, there's only either A, you guys start cross-referencing and there's no point in doing this, or you just got to deal with how I pick them. That's how
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. Uncut Gems is S before the 1.
Just like you have the free will to pick these movies, I have the free will to hate them.
My man is with Benchwarmers.
Yeah, Benchwarmers. Adam Sandler doesn't even feature in that movie.
I know. That's so.
You might as well just included Grown-Ups because there's a basketball scene.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it over again.
It was a good list. It was a good list. Go ahead. It was a good list. It was a fun time. We're going to read back the 5, and then we'll get into the NFL Week 1.
Yeah. So this category for the blind 5 was Adam Sandler sports movies. Number 1, Happy Gilmore. Number 2, The Waterboy. Number 3, Hustle. Number 4, The Benchwarmers. And lastly, The Longest Yard.
I don't hate the list. I think it's very, very, very good.
I think it's good. Yeah.
4 and 5, maybe you could flip, but
when you guys put Waterboy at 1 early to start, I was shaking. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna be mad when Happy Gilmore hits." But you adjusted and you recovered well.
No, we almost put Hustle at 1.
Oh, you almost put Hustle. Yeah, I was like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it.
So I thought it was Uncut Gems. That's why I was like, oh, it's for sure number 1. That's Adam Sandler's best movie.
Yeah. And again, to anybody,
Hustle was a great. Great movie.
I love that movie.
I like The Waterboy more though.
Adam Sandler is experiencing a nice reverse bell curve of movies.
Yeah, did you see his new one on Netflix?
The mystery one.
You're so not invited to my bar.
No. That was Adam Sandler hauling that movie behind him like an anchor. Every scene with Adam Sandler is fucking hilarious because it's just Adam Sandler. You know that's his daughter, right?
Yeah, that's his daughter, yeah.
It's just Adam Sandler interacting with his daughter.
Yeah.
So it's it's like Adam Sandler's in Benchwarmers.
Awful. That movie was awful.
Yeah, it was god awful. I sat through it because I love Adam, but
grown adults watching 13-year-old drama movie.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
Incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it just wasn't made for us, is all it was.
No, but it was like the number. That's what I'm saying. If you're a kid, if you're like in high school or you're that age, it's probably a good movie. Jewish, I guess. Oh, here goes Nick, always forgetting about the Jewish people.
Well, who are you, Kyrie?
Fantastic. Real quick.
Yo, I thought I was going to get a pop. You guys both cringed on that one. Too far?
No, it's not too far. It's just it's annoying at this point.
How very Kanye of me to forget about the Jewish people.
George Bush does not like black people.
Right. I'm going to let you finish. Eric, dude, on with the show. Let's go.
You're the executive producer. Rein us in.
So just real quick to the 10s and 10s. Shout out to Jermaine's big bro and Nevada for giving me blind 5 ideas. Please send your topics in. I have a good list compiled, but I want to make this fun and keep it going. So please, to the 10s and 10s and all the countries you're in, please send us picks or topics so we can get these done for you. All right.
Did you grow the podcast on your international tour?
I did. We should have 2 new countries that have downloads.
No way.
Cyprus and Italy.
He asked me that question, like if I checked.
I literally watched people fucking hit the button.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go check right
now. Hey, Nick, do you have anything for your arch rival, better known as my big bro?
Dude, who? Who? Fucking come on the podcast then. Fucking Jerome.
If that's your real name.
Yeah, if you exist, you fucking bum. I don't listen. Nevada's praise is good. Your ideas suck.
As most of you know, the NFL season kicked off last Thursday when the Detroit Lions traveled into Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go ahead and get into our NFL Week 1 review. Nick, we'll start with you. We're going to get from you, your biggest surprise and your biggest – surprise and shock is the same thing. What was I thinking? Those are synonyms. Biggest surprise and disappointment, as Eric wanted to put initially, or takeaway, as Eric also wanted to put.
I'll go with my biggest surprise is the 49ers continue to roll. Now, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers who I think generated 1 yard of offense in the first half. But Brock Purdy became the first quarterback in NFL history to win his first 6 games. And it doesn't look like the offseason has really stopped him at all. And he got elbow surgery.
So Brock Purdy lost in the playoffs. I don't know how that stat works.
Regular season.
Regular season? Okay.
He's also the first quarterback to record a QB rating of 95 or higher in those 6 starts.
Not counting playoffs. All right, so that's your biggest surprise and your biggest disappointment?
No, my biggest disappointment. Denver. we need 18 points, Broncos. You give me all this hype about Sean Payton and he's changing the culture. You just needed 18 points again.
And they would have went to overtime if the kicker they traded for hit the extra point on the first touchdown.
Incredible, dude.
I saw a tweet that said Denver hired the wrong coach. They should have brought Dion instead of Sean Payton. Should have gone to Colorado and Dion should have gone to the Broncos.
Damn. Talk about the overreaction.
Update. Greece 0 downloads. Cyprus 0 downloads.
Bastards.
So unless this is time late, Eric did nothing but vacationing on his vacation.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is disgusting, frankly.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's not a company man. We pay him too much.
We do pay him too much.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Surprise takeaway.
Surprise takeaway. Biggest surprise, I'll say. I was looking at it earlier. I'm gonna go Jordan Love's performance. I knew people were kind of big on him, but I was actually surprised like how good that fucker played at football. And biggest disappointment, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I thought they'd be better than what the fuck they were.
Yeah, the Seahawks losing.
Granted, what you're gonna say? Yeah, granted that happened, but still.
Yeah, they lost their starting left and right tackle in the first half, and they mustered a whopping 14 yards of offense in the second half. Look, offensive line play, we emphasize it all the time. It is the most important thing that nobody cares about.
Yeah. You got to love the clip though of Geno Smith when Aaron Donald gets free. That's all the time. My God.
What's funny is it's like we roasted Sam Darnold for saying I'm seeing ghosts out there. And Geno Smith just gets a chuckle for saying, "Oh my God, is Aaron Donald sprinting at him?" It's just like,
right. Two incredibly human reactions. Do you have a point on that, Hank? Two incredibly human reactions that like somehow Darnold gets buried and Geno Smith, who has been a pretty shitty quarterback other than last year.
yeah.
If Aaron Donald was running at me, I wouldn't go, I think it's poised to say, "Oh my God," when I would say, "Holy fucking shit."
I would just fall to the ground.
Well, yeah.
So for me, I'm going to take biggest surprise is Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell both eclipsing 100 yards. One of 7 receivers, I think, in NFL WK1 that eclipsed the 100-yard mark, both for the Los Angeles Rams, both widely unsolicited in all of your fantasy football leagues. And then my biggest takeaway is Joe Burrow continues to sneak in WK1. Look, he's going to bounce back. Joe Burrow is not going to put that performance down again. But what in the WK1 juju does Joe Burrow have going on? He likes to play from behind. I think that's what it is. He doesn't want to get a good start. So he wants to start with the L. So that way he's like, okay, now my back's against the wall. I'm curious to see how he fares in WK2. I know that last year he missed all of training camp, came in, dudded WK1, and then proceeded to be electric for the rest of the year. And I anticipate more of the same this year. It'll be interesting to watch, though.
Yeah, I think you know how like some pitchers can't pitch until they've like given up a walk or a hit. Like,
oh, you mean yourself?
Dude, I can't. Listen, I used to say I was a closer because I would walk, like in my men's league, I'd walk the bases loaded and then strike out the next 3 guys. Because I just you need that. You can't when nobody's on base. It's almost like it's like pitching to nobody. It's like why am I here? I'm too hungover to be pitching to nobody.
Ooh, I just want to feel alive.
Like it's the first inning. I'm like, load the bases.
All right. Anything else you guys wanted to touch on for WK1?
Yes. Desmond Ritter's new nickname is Jermaine Cologne Mendez because he apparently can't throw the ball in front of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but his average more than 5, though, baby.
His average depth of target was 1.7 yards.
Bro, I could Desmond Ritter my way into the NFL. Is all I'm saying. Look, if I have to throw 11 passes, 5 to Tyler Algier and 6 to Bijan Robinson, yeah, I could do that. That's all I've been saying. Everyone thinks I'm talking deep ball, Tom Brady, Randy Moss, 21 touchdowns in a season. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I can complete 5 passes, which is why Big Ben's performance was such a shocker.
Also, even more of a comparison, Desmond Ritter is 6'3".
What? He's 6'3"?
Yeah.
There you go.
What's the one receiver? I'm assuming it's going to be either Julio, Megatron, or Randy. But what's the one receiver you think if the NFL gave you a shot and you had this guy in your squad, you'd have the confidence, you'd be like, I'm going to hit a fucking 15-yard slant touchdown to this motherfucker.
Calvin Johnson is the reason that the Lions even were in games. Because John Kitna would just throw the ball downfield, and Calvin Johnson would go through 5 guys to make the catch.
Yeah, I have to pick one.
Yeah.
It's one of the most slept on wide receivers in NFL history. I'm going to take Antonio Brown.
Oof. Yo, we'll talk about it on a future podcast, but that dude arguably is like a top 5 wide receiver of all time. Like in his prime, that dude was unfucking real.
It's not arguably is. It's
like
that's what I'm saying. So everyone talks about Jerry, Randy, right? T.O., Julio Jones,
Chris Carter,
Antonio Brown. Chris, get the fuck out of here with that. All right, let's
Steve Largent. Everybody talks about these guys.
Nick clearly doesn't want to talk about WK1 anymore. Let's go ahead and get into WK2. Take it away, Nick, with your nuggies.
Nick's nuggies. All right. So last week, I know I gave you the stat. I said that rookie head coaches were 9-11-1 straight up. And 11-10 against the spread in their debut after WK1, where they went 1-2, or sorry, where they went no, none of them won. Hold on,
none of them won. Arizona covered. Indianapolis lost by 10.
Right. So sorry, they are
and Houston lost by 15.
Yeah,
no, 16.
Right.
16.
So they
didn't cover either. So
they are 9-12-1 straight up, and they are 12-11 against the spread. We also had 2 games last week where we faded West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast early. Arizona traveled to Washington to play the Commanders, and San Francisco traveled to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Arizona covered but did not win, and the Steelers
The 49ers.
The 49ers both covered and won. So that means we're 0 for 2 on the year picking those East Coast teams, 1-1 straight up, though. What else? Anything else from last week? Nothing else from last week. So we'll start in with our Knicks Nuggets, and we'll stay on the fading the West Coast teams traveling to East Coast. Las Vegas and the Raiders, they traveled to Buffalo to play the Bills. Buffalo are 8.5-point favorites. I'm going to take the Bills minus 8.5. I already put it in our head-to-head bets. I think we talked about that earlier. It is a it is a point away from triggering our other Nick Nugget, but it didn't. And then our second game, Seattle travels to Detroit early to play the Lions. Lions are a minus 5-point favorite. I've only had one beer. I can't even talk. Lions are 5-point favorites. I'm also going to take the Lions. One of my favorite metrics from last year. So if you guys follow the podcast, you remember that when teams score less than 10 points the previous week, we like to take the team spread. And how that worked out last year is favorites against the spread were even money. 13-1. Dogs greater than a 10-point spread were actually 2-2, also even money. Where we made a lot of our money last year, teams scoring less than 10 points the previous week, and then being dogs of less than 10 points against the spread were 21-8 last year. Let's do some quick math. 21 divided by 29 is 72% that bet was hitting on last year. So I'll give you every single bet, but keep in mind we want dogs that are less than 10 points. All right, you boys ready?
Uh-huh.
The team scoring less than 10 points last week, the Carolina Panthers, they play the New Orleans Saints in Carolina this week. They are 3-point dogs. They are actually the only team that Pittsburgh's a dog as well. Oops. They are a dog, and Pittsburgh plus 2.5 plays the Browns in Pittsburgh. They are also a dog.
Some of my Browns fans buddies were saying that this is the first time it's been so long since the Browns have been favorites in Pittsburgh that every active Browns roster player was not born at the time.
Was not born. That's just
born.
Born. Created on this earth.
Yeah, they were just a thought in their father's ball sack.
Just a twinkle in their eye. 3 favorites this week for teams that scored less than 10 points. Jermaine talked about Joe Burrow's struggles. They play the Ravens in Cincinnati. They are 3.5-point favorites against Baltimore. Houston last week, rookie head coach DeMarco Ryans. D'Amico, Jesus Christ. D'Amico Ryans. They play the Colts in Houston. They are minus 1.5-point favorites. And the Giants also putting a big goose egg against Dallas last week. They are 4-point favorites at Arizona. So there's 4 games to keep your eyes on from teams scoring less than 10 points. And one of our favorite nuggets last year was if a spread is greater or equal to 9.5, we take the under. We take the dog on the spread, so it's greater than plus 9.5. But if you're including a parlay, always take the favorite to win outright. The spread, the unders, when the spread was greater than equal to 9.5 last year, 19-14. When favorites are greater than equal to 9.5, they were 13-20 against the spread. That means that dogs hit at a 61% rate. This week, a bit of an overreaction, we think. But the Dallas-New York Jets game, the New York Jets are plus 9.5-point dogs. If you watched any of that Buffalo game, and you watched the Giants game, you'll kind of see why they put the line where they put it. And This meets the metric, so I'm going to count it this year, but I would highly, highly caution you taking an under 38.5 points. No comment on that, boys?
No, I agree.
No, I agree. I think the over is going to hit in that one. So,
Yeah.
Just to clarify, last few nuggets you had was Houston.
Houston minus 1.5. Yep.
Houston minus 1.5. Then you had Jets plus 9.5.
Jets plus 9.5. And I would not advise people to bet it, but when the spread is greater than 9.5, we do take the under. So under 38.5.
Okay. Yeah, I would caution as well. I don't think that's going to happen. So one thing I will say from the Dallas Sunday night football game that is worth mentioning, right? So the very first drive of the game, Daniel Jones was indeed running for his life, but that's usually what he does. He scrambles, he gets out of the pocket and tries to hit people on the run and make plays, considering he doesn't have wide receivers that can create separation on their own. Him and Saquon Barkley marched down the field, no problem on that Dallas defense, right? They set up to kick a field goal, but because training camp isn't taken seriously anymore, preseason isn't taken seriously anymore, Dallas was able to get through the line, block the kick, and return it for a touchdown, right? Very next drive, Daniel Jones makes a couple plays. I believe it was a tip pass, interception, pick six. They're up 14. Dallas unleashes the pass rush, and it's all downhill from there. So I will caution people on looking at a Dallas minus 9.5 and an Aaron Rodgers entry and saying, oh, that's easy money. I don't want to say it's not going to happen. And that's kind of why we're sitting here telling you Jets plus 9.5 is an interesting bet. We didn't see that offense very much from Dallas last week. And this Jets defense is the real deal. So that's just, word of advice. Let's go ahead and get into the actual slate here, Eric.
Oh, well, hold on. Hold on. We still have a couple of Knicks nuggets to talk about.
Whoops. So you paused.
Well, yeah, so you guys could – I didn't think you guys had something to say about that. So 2 more nuggets, three more really. Rest advantage and disadvantage we like to talk about. Thursday night football, this is a rest advantage for these teams. The Lions with a rest advantage play Seattle, and Kansas City, the Chiefs with a rest advantage play Jacksonville. Detroit with a rest advantage is 5-1 straight up, but 9-2 against the spread, which means Detroit typically dogs. They typically cover the spread, and it's about 50-50 if they win. Seattle is 7-9 both straight up and against the spread. Not really anything to bet there, as the Lions are favorites. Kansas City with a rest advantage. Obviously, much ado is made about Andy Reid and his preparation. If you give him more days to prep, he will beat you. To that tune, the Chiefs are 16-4 straight up, but only 9-11 against the spread, which makes them just a good team, not a great team. Because remember, good teams win, great teams cover. That's a joke, by the way. They are a great team. Jacksonville, funny enough, a team that is not favored a lot. They are 2-10 straight up with a rest disadvantage, 4-8 against the spread. I think I would feel pretty safe in putting a KC money line into my parlay. For the Monday Night Football, so the teams that played Monday Night Football are at a rest disadvantage for the week. That would be the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills play the Raiders. We mentioned earlier, that's Las Vegas traveling to Buffalo. Buffalo with the rest disadvantage since 2019. All these stats are from 2019. They are 7-4 straight up, 6-5 against the spread. The Raiders are almost the exact opposite of that. With a rest advantage, the Raiders are 4-6 straight up, 3-7 against the spread. Really really reinforces that Buffalo pick, fading the Raiders, moving to the West Coast. The last team that I mentioned and what we just talked about, the New York Jets with a rest disadvantage since 2019, right? 5-8 straight up, 8-5 against the spread. However, Dallas with a rest advantage obviously plays really well. They're 9-4 straight up and against the spread, straight up and against the spread. From those rest advantage bets, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw together a Dallas Eric, can you tell me what a Dallas, Kansas City, Buffalo money line pays me?
Kansas City, Buffalo,
Dallas.
and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That pays plus 135.
Okay, I'll take that parlay, plus 135. I also want Buffalo minus 5.5.
Buffalo minus 5.5.
I'll take Carolina plus
Wait.
3.
Buffalo minus 5.5.
Oh, sorry, minus 8.5.
Oh, okay.
Minus 8.5. I'll take Carolina plus 3. Go Panthers. Fuck the Saints. I'll take Pittsburgh plus 2.5.
Pittsburgh plus 2.5.
And the Jets plus 9.5.
And the Jets plus 9.5. That's going to put you at plus 1258.
Oh no, I don't want those all in a parlay.
Oh,
Yeah. So then,
give me Dallas, KC, Buffalo in a favorites parlay.
yeah, that's
These,
the one.
these are the summary of my nuggets.
I'm going to read you back the nuggets we have written down. We have Buffalo minus 8.5. We have Detroit minus 5. We have Carolina plus 3. We have Pittsburgh plus 2.5. We have Houston minus 1.5. We have New York Jets plus 9.5. We have the Jets, Cowboys under with caution. And we have the favorites parlay, Buffalo, Dallas, KC plus 135.
Right. Also add in there Cincinnati minus 3.5. They scored less than 10 points. And the Giants minus 4. They also scored less than 10 points. And we'll have to see how this develops. So that is finished with my notes. Right. We will have to see how this develops throughout the year, but it was one of my favorite, fun bets to track last year. Teams after playing the Carolina Panthers last year, the week after playing the Carolina Panthers, were 3-11 straight up. So just as a look, Atlanta plays Green Bay this week. Atlanta played the Panthers last week. And even more to that tune, teams after playing the San Francisco 49ers were 0-14 straight up since we started tracking it.
Those were crazy bets last year. Those were crazy. Just how they kept hitting.
0-14 teams were. That means that my Pittsburgh 2.5 bet, I did not convert it to a Pittsburgh money line. Pittsburgh did play the 49ers last week.
So just to clarify, you want Green Bay, right? Green Bay's spread, and you want
give me what's Green Bay's money line?
Are they the dog?
I don't think they're the
Hold
dog.
on. Green Bay money line is plus 100. Even money.
And then so who does
Green Bay's a dog?
Yeah.
Green Bay is the dog.
Yeah, I'll take if Green Bay's even, I'll take it.
Yeah, Green Bay's even money line.
And then who did San Francisco play? Oh, Pitt. You already
Pittsburgh.
You already
and then by the way, I'm taking and I will take again, I'm not betting these as part of Nick's Nuggets. I'm just saying it's something else to watch for to see if this trend continues.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys got for your favorite bets, your best takeaways from week 2?
Favorite bets, best takeaway. I think Jacksonville's spread is a great bet. So after watching, some of those receiving woes from Kansas City, I'm a little concerned. They are returning Chris Jones, and I believe Travis Kelce should be playing. So this should be an awesome game. So the over 51 is exciting to me as well. So I'm going to take, for my bets, I'll take Kansas City, Jacksonville over.
To your point, Jermaine, this game opened up Kansas City minus 2.5. It has since crossed the number at 3. So for those of you who are just joining us, we didn't really talk about this last week. I know we've done a lot of baseball betting up to the NFL. We always talk about crossing key numbers, right? 0, 3, 7, 10. Those are the key numbers in NFL. You want to look for it when it crosses that number, right? That's a big bet. It is incredibly different. Kansas City minus 2.5 is a completely different bet than Kansas City minus 3.5. So that's when I say cross the number, I'm talking about that. The number is also 0, by the way. So if a team flips across the number, like what team did it? I think like Green Bay did. Green Bay opened as favorites. They are now dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm fading Buffalo this year, so I want nothing to do with that game. I think the over-under is is perfectly set. I also don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo to cover that spread, so I abstain.
Buffalo, by the way, when it opened, would have hit that plus 9.5 for Vegas. They opened 9.5, has since dropped to 8.5.
It's been bought down. Yeah, I mean, look when Devontae Adams is an afterthought in your offense. I have concerns for you moving forward. Baltimore as dogs is interesting to me. Division matchup. Cincinnati has a lot to prove in this game. It's going to be very, very interesting. So I'm staying away. Tennessee Titans home dogs.
By the way, that Baltimore-Cincinnati game, if you think a team is going to win, bet over a touchdown to win. So every single one of the last 5 games in Cincinnati has finished outside of 7 points. So if you think Baltimore's – I'm not going to tell you who's going to win. If you think Baltimore's going to win, bet Baltimore -7. If you think Cincinnati's going to win, increase your bet to Cincinnati -7.
Fair enough. Tennessee home dogs to the Chargers. I can't. After seeing the Chargers do what the Chargers do, and Tennessee's playing at home, it's a West Coast team, still traveling a fair distance, even though it's not technically East Coast. I like Tennessee +3. If DeAndre Hopkins does not play, I'm out. I'm out on this. Austin Eckler, I have concerns. And we'll see if Derrick Henry can get off. He kind of got balled up against the Saints. Green Bay, money line and spread, both of them. I'll take both of those. What is the money line? It's even. That's right. Yeah. And then the spread is +1.5.
Yep.
It's always interesting to see like the Chargers and Titans games. The Titans can bleed the clock, but can the Titans score quickly if the Chargers go down and score quickly? That's always that game could either be severely under or severely over, depending on who wins that football game.
And Chicago, how many points do they score against? Because they got garbage time
20
points against it, so they ended up with 20.
Yeah.
Dude, that Tampa Bay team looks game. they look like they're going to be a tough out all season.
Jermaine,
it's in that Florida heat.
Welcome back to our favorite game show. Is Baker Mayfield for real?
Tune in next week. Yeah. I'm going to fade the Bears. I was all over Justin Fields to take the leap. He looked anemic at passing the football. I'll take Tampa Bay spread -2.5, especially if I can get the field goal. With that Florida heat, which is something that we have not talked about in the month of September, that Florida heat does impact teams coming into play during that time. So sitting there with a 1 p.m. start in the peak of that Florida heat, I'm going to take Tampa Bay -2.5. Probably be eating.
You get it now. It opened at 3. And right now, to that point, Buccaneers are -135 on the money line. You can still get them. That's a price I would still take. But it seems like the price is dropping towards Chicago.
Yeah. Man, that Colts-Texans. Is Anthony Richardson healthy? Do we know if he's expected to play?
He's expected to play. He's questionable, but expected to play.
Expected to play.
Yeah.
So we have the Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud showdown. Which rookie quarterback is not the most shit? I really don't know. Nick, what is the last 5 matchups between Colts and Texans? Do you have that up or no?
I can look it up real quick. Pontificate.
Okay. We'll move to the next game and we'll come back to that one. 49ers, Rams.
That line just jumped from 6.5 to 7.5.
Oh, man. I would have loved it at 6.5. I don't like that line jump.
It's Colts in Houston, right?
Colts in Houston. That's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Colts in Houston. Colts in Houston over the last 5 years. Yes. Continue whitelisting. Stop asking me. Oh yeah. Show me how to whitelist. Looks like you got ad blocker. Fuck you. Colts versus Texans. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well, I can pull this up. Hold on.
Anyways, New York Jets +9.5, as Nick said. I love that big number. I'm still not convinced on what how good Dallas is. I want to see if the pressure is on their offense to score points and manufacture against a great defense, what they're actually going to have to do. I actually love Arizona +4, right? At home, you're getting more, obviously, than a field goal. So I'll take Arizona +4. They looked pretty game against a Washington Commanders team that looked more up to playing football than the New York Giants. I know this goes against Nick's Nugget, which has, teams scoring less than 10. I mean, they didn't score. So I think Arizona for the first 4 weeks might be a sneaky team to bet the spread on because Vegas does not know what the hell to do with that team. Look, until Denver proves me wrong, I'm going to take the team spread if they're a dog. So Washington +3.5. What is that? -115?
-115.
I'm sorry, what was the Jets spread? Is that -115 also?
Jets spread is -110.
All right, -110. Trying to make sure I include the odds in my bets. Patriots got robbed last week against the surprise, inept Philadelphia Eagles. They're home dogs against the Miami Dolphins.
Miami looked fucking amazing, though.
Miami did look amazing, but
on offense, their defense looks shaky.
And that's my point exactly. If the Patriots can establish a run game, which they want to do, right? Establish the run. And also is their defense the Patriots defense looked fantastic last week, right? It took a defensive score from the Eagles to actually get that game over the hump and the win. That was the difference between it. I think I'm going to stay away from that. If this was New England in Miami, I'd be all over Miami. And then obviously I'm going to take the Saints. New Orleans -3. Again, they're about to establish the class of the NFC South. I will be fading rookie quarterbacks. That's just what I'm going to do. And then Cleveland, Pittsburgh, I'm staying away from that one. The over-under is set for 39. That is going to be just an exciting football game.
It'll be a typical AFC North. So to your point, Jermaine, the last 5 years the Colts played the Texans in Houston. It has been, this is from a Colts perspective, by the way, it has been tie, win, loss, win, going back to 2019. Funny enough, these ads are fucking killing me, man. Funny enough, the Houston Texans either score less than 7 points, they've done that twice, or they score exactly 20 points.
Interesting. Let me get Indianapolis money line. What's the money line, Eric?
Indianapolis money line is it's even money.
Even, all right. Bet. Okay, so that's gonna be my slate for the week. I'll take the Chiefs, Jaguars over 51. Can you give me the odds on that one, Eric? Tennessee +3, -115. Green Bay money line, Indianapolis money line, Green Bay spread, Tampa Bay -2.5, Jets +9.5, Arizona +4, Washington +3.5, New Orleans -3, and Indianapolis money line.
That over is -110.
All right, thanks. All right, and you, Nick, what? Anything else besides those Nuggets?
Nothing else besides my Nuggets. My Nuggets.
All right. Eric, give us your 3 best bets of the week, not on the head-to-head.
Not on the head-to-head. All right, so I do like Green Bay at money line at even money. I'm going to take the New York Jets money line +340, and I'm going to take the Dolphins -3 at -110.
Way to be petty. The Jets money line. Miami -3, -110, correct, sir?
Yep.
I expect nothing less. Captain Petty over here. Honestly, it's a fun bet. +340, great odds. And like I said, that Sunday Night Football game, as dominant as it was, I'm not convinced yet. I think they're a great team. They're obviously one of the Super Bowl contenders out of the NFC. They're top 3-4 teams in the NFC. But that's what's going on in this Minnesota-Philadelphia game.
It's just not. We're just not clicking right now. Let's just move on from it. I'm fucking pissed.
The game started how long ago, Eric?
We have like 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Eric is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and he is upset because they're up 3-0 right now.
And how much time has gone by, Eric?
Well, no, there's 6 minutes left. I'm not upset that we're up 3-0. I'm upset at the play calling right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I believe that. So you guys missing the OC and DC.
Oh! Sorry. And we got it!
I mean, Eric, I love how Eric apologizes and then continues to yell into the mic.
Yeah,
He's like, "Bobo!" Sorry.
We got it. All right, you guys got anything else for the listeners?
Nothing else.
All right, thank you for. Nope. All right, I thought I heard something. I thought I heard something. So, thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. I've been your host, Jermaine Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Moran, and as always, we have with us the EPE. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room. Let's get into the 2023 NFL futures. So on this segment, we're going to go through and pick our main award winners as well as our champion for the year. We'll give you some of the odds that we have for it. Today's categories are going to be AFC and NFC champion, Super Bowl champion, MVP, offensive and defensive rookie of the years, as well as player of the years, comeback player of the year, coach of the year, coordinator of the year, and executive of the year. The last two we couldn't find any odds on because of the uneducated American public not knowing who coordinators are for football teams. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this first. And we'll start with Eric, and then we'll start with Eric always since he's going to write down everybody's. And then we'll just do that order. So Eric, Nevada, Nick, myself, and then I'll move us to the next topic.
Just getting this document organized so I can make sure I record everybody's stuff.
I am going to share it to you. I have it written down, so if you don't catch it, don't get too stressed. All right. So you're opening it up. AFC champion, Eric. Give us your AFC champion, NFC champion, and then who wins the Super Bowl.
AFC champion, I'm going Los Angeles Chargers at plus 1,200. NFC champion, I'm going Philadelphia Eagles at plus 250. And my Super Bowl champion is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles at plus 650.
Such a
okay, before you guys get into that, I'm just going to go ahead and say ditto.
Such a homer pick. Okay. Nevada, your picks.
So AFC, I'm going Buffalo, and NFC, I'm going to go San Francisco, and I'm taking San Francisco for the bowl. Thank you.
And in other news, I say ditto.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You went up. Yes. Yeah. So Nick and I were doing ours together in the pre-show, and Nick asked me for the odds for Buffalo and San Francisco, and I actually picked the Chargers and Philly.
That's pretty funny.
I didn't even hear Nick pick that. Now I got to change him.
No.
So those are locked in, buddy.
Hey, this one can be the same. And unfortunately, yours is wrong because you sided with Nick.
Yeah.
At least Eric has some wiggle room with me.
You locked it in.
Damn.
You dumb son of a bitch.
So
here's that up as an L.
We got to make a little wager. Nick and Nevada versus myself and Eric, since we
cases of beer.
We'll set the odds offline, but we should definitely put a wager on this since it's 2v2 with two identical Super Bowls. Did you guys have the same winner as well?
Yeah. Yep. San Francisco.
Fuck.
Yep. We believe in Brock. We're going to Brock out with our Brock out.
Oh, this is great. All right. Give us your MVP, Eric.
Homer pick. I'm going Jalen Hurts at plus 1,100.
Fucking Homer pick.
I mean, that plus 1,100 though. Like, is that not just a smart bet?
Great bet.
Yeah. All right, Nevada. What's your MVP?
I'm going to go with Mr. Cap himself, with Joe Burrows.
Joe Burrow, huh? Okay, I like that. And you, Nick?
Listen. Go Iowa Hawkeyes. Actually, I think he played for Iowa State. We're gonna Brock out with our Brocks out. It's Brock Purdy plus 5,000 for MVP.
Yeah. If you've been listening to our future series, I extrapolated very greatly on what I expect from this guy this year. I'm going none other than Justin Fields, quarterback out of Chicago, at plus 2,000.
God, that's crazy.
I think that's plus 2,000 for Justin Fields. I'll take it, bro. He won't be the only one I sprinkle any MVP money on. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is still plus money for MVP. I can tell you the odds for Patrick Mahomes right now. Patrick Mahomes is plus 600, right? That's an auto bet every time. If I'm getting Mahomes at plus money, I'm auto betting every time. Maybe we'll run into some, NBA style fatigue and they don't give it to him, but he's going to be in the contest every time.
I'm going to tickle Jermaine's balls here with somebody that I'm going to sprinkle money on. Derek Carr on the Saints, maybe.
I've been warming up. I've been warming up to the Saints. Everyone knows how much I've been bashing them all off season. For those of you who've been keeping track, yes, the NFC South will be next week's podcast. Or sorry, we just talked about the NFC South. We're recording this part early, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, little inside baseball for you there. All right, so everyone's got their MVP picks in here. We had a Jalen Hurts, a Joe Burrow, a Brock Purdy, and a Justin Fields. No surprise that – what?
Almost all Jays. Nick didn't have to fuck it up with Purdy.
Brock out with our Brocks out.
Yeah, we just call him Jock Purdy then, dude. So, offensive player of the year, Eric?
I had to go CMC plus 1,500.
You got CMC at plus 1,500?
That's what it is on DraftKings. I don't know what website you guys use, but on DraftKings it's plus 1,500 for CMC.
Unfortunately, we all use DraftKings. Shout out 5 Dimes.
We use 5 Dimes in the sky.
R.I.P. 5 Dimes got blapped. No, 1,500 on CMC is great, bro. Especially him in that San Francisco 49ers offense.
Yeah.
Fantastic pick. Nevada, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. Burrow's got to be MVP somehow, so it's got to be Chase.
Okay. I see what you did there. Yep. Jamar Chase is the odds-on favorite at plus 1,100. Just remember to give the odds if you have them written down. If not, I have it up here. And Nick, who do you have for offensive player of the year?
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of took a stab out on this one. I think last year he had a great year. He continues that great year. Or he continues to build up in a better team. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence plus 4,500 offensive player of the year.
Oof. Plus 4,500. If that hits, that's massive. And I'll close out the offensive player of the years with mine. Also revealed this on the Futures podcast for the AFC North. I'm taking Nick Chubb, running back out of Cleveland, at plus 1,700. Kareem Hunt's gone.
Yeah, but he had over 300 touches last year.
Beware the touch curse.
Kareem Hunt's gone, period. Deshaun Watson hadn't played football in 2 years, period. Nick Chubb is a different beast and same animal, and it's about time he gets some goddamn respect. Nobody talks about Nick Chubb the way they talk about other running backs. It's time that Nick Chubb puts them all on notice. And plus 1,700 is just a great line. Let's go ahead and get into Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bijan. Let's go. Plus 275. He's the odds-on favorite, and I don't see anybody else taking it from him.
And you, Nevada?
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to go with a little bit more juice, though. I'm going to go with Jordan Addison at plus 1,700. Justin Jefferson's going to pull all the double teams, and then you got Hawk, who's going to be an issue as well. So that leaves Jordan Addison wide open, and he's a fantastic route runner.
So I had a theme on my list here. I changed it because I looked up who the coordinators were, but I had a theme of guys who coming into the year, everybody was saying, "Oh, he can't do it. Like this is so dumb," right? And then I changed my tune a little bit. Baltimore is going to be very good this year, right? Lamar Jackson, I'll foreshadow it. Lamar Jackson is my comeback player of the year. I think Zay Flowers is getting bagged right now. He's my offensive player of the year. He's plus 1,800 right now. And all of Nevada's points apply to Zay Flowers, right? He's on a team where he's not expected to do anything. People say, oh, he's small, he's undersized. Okay, good. Put him in the slot. Do whatever you need to do with him, but he's going to be my rookie of the year plus 1,800. Offensive rookie of the year.
That's a great pick. I am going a little different route. I looked at this list, and I think it's a pretty fair list as far as how the odds break out. But at plus 2,200, Quentin Johnston is my hands-on pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I love the fact that I can get him over 2,000. I love that he's attached to Justin Herbert. I love that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams miss football games. And I love that Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, who just put together back-to-back offensive output seasons with Dak Prescott of 1 and then 4, now has Justin Herbert in Los Angeles with Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, and Mike Williams all out there to help him produce. Yak, deep bombs galore. They have a very capable tight end room. Quentin Johnston is probably going to have the best rookie season as far as a wide receiver goes for the rookies. Zay Flowers has immediate opportunity, but Quentin Johnston is playing with Justin Herbert, whereas Lamar Jackson will win football games other ways. Get into Defensive Player of the Year. What do you got, Eric?
I'm going Micah Parsons, plus 500.
Boo.
Chalk City Jones. He's the odds-on favorite. And you, Nevada?
Let's see. Defensive. Yeah, I was going to go Micah as well, but I'm going to stray away because that's boring. I'm going to go with Sauce Gardner, plus 1,500.
Ooh, that's a great pick. I would love to see him get that.
We here, as the hosts of Room 303, do not waver, do not bend. We hold the line year after year, even though people tell us we're wrong, we're dumb, he's injured, he's old. It's Myles Garrett plus 800 Defensive Player of the Year. I will hold until he wins. Only in death does duty end.
Yeah, you could call me the 132nd Pokemon. Ditto.
You know that off the top of your head?
Bro, of course I did.
That's impressive.
Myles Garrett plus 800. If you've listened to us from the beginning, this is the year.
This is the year. This has got to be.
Do not change the bet now. You've been with us from the beginning. Myles Garrett at 800. He's got the second best odds for Defensive Player of the Year. He's got an actual good offense now. I think Deshaun Watson bounces back, and Myles Garrett is going to ball out.
By the way, I'm so committed to this bit and this bet that I just got a text from my beautiful, beautiful girlfriend who's listening downstairs. And the text reads, Myles Garrett. She's a Steelers fan. Myles Garrett, question mark. Seriously? I don't know that I can date you anymore. That's how much I believe in Myles Garrett. You hear that?
Good.
Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year.
I'd rather
back to single.
I'd rather bet Myles Garrett than be in a relationship.
That's right.
Right.
Only in death does duty end.
Myles Garrett never let you down.
Myles Garrett has criminally let us down.
Yeah, year after year.
He was the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, and then he fucking went Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the field and got suspended the rest of the season.
Myles Garrett, friggin' Mason Rudolph whack-a-mole.
We were so close. We had it. Myles Garrett was going to win that year, bro. And I had been telling Nick about Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. And no, he hit him in the head, and we've been fucked ever since. So now I can't not bet Myles Garrett, bro.
I literally remember watching that play going, he just hit him in the head with a helmet. Oh, I just lost my defensive player of the year.
We were already counting it a dub.
Yeah,
that's so tragic. Let's get into defensive rookie of the year.
Jalen Carter plus 700.
Yeah, I don't know if he plays enough. That's why that's the obvious pick. I just don't know if he gets enough snaps to win defensive rookie of the year.
Hey, are you a Georgia Bulldog defensive lineman? Well, come on down to Philadelphia. We got a 12 snap per game program that's just great for you.
I would agree with you, but we did lose 2 major D tackles in the offseason. So the 2, Jordan Davis and the Rook, will get a lot of playing time. And the coaches have been saying they're going to get regular minutes. So we'll see.
Yeah, but what is regular minutes? Because Philadelphia always platoons.
Look, dude, we run a running back by committee, we run a D line by committee, and we run an O line by committee, and it seems to work.
Yeah, nobody's saying that, but you don't bet on committees. There's a reason why we're not betting on a Philadelphia running back for Offensive Player of the Year.
I mean, that's obvious. But no, I think the Rook can get it done, bro. It's my pick. Let me just have it. Let's move on to your pick.
I'm asking you to defend your pick. You better be able to fucking do that. Like, that's the whole point of this. We don't just name names and end the recording.
Number 1 draft pick, taken at number 11 by the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a monster. He's already been eating grown men for lunch in training camp. And he's going to get rotation because Hargrave is gone and Sue is gone and Robert why can't I remember his name? Quinn is gone. So there's space. There's space for him to play. And if he stays healthy, he's going to be a regular rotation.
You name defensive ends, but he's anyways, I don't think it's a bad pick. I am concerned with his playing time.
I would like to change my offensive player of the year to DeAndre Kenneth Rashad Scott, please.
It's just all the running backs from Philly combined.
I just combined their stats into one player.
All right, Nevada, who do you got for defensive rookie of the year?
Well, I was going to go with Tyree Wilson until I noticed that Nick also has Tyree up on there. So
come on, ride with me. We ride.
I'm going to fade that hard. I'm going to go Will McDonald at plus 2,200, the edge rusher for the Jets.
You'll all see.
Will McDonald, huh? Tyree Wilson is with the Raiders, correct?
He is, and the Raiders absolutely churn out defense rusher or edge rushers. So
yeah, he's paired with.
Yep, you're just going to say it paired with Max Crosby, 2 X's because he's so damn good.
Well, he's not triple X. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's no Vin Diesel or Exhibit. Deep pool.
I think Nevada said it, but my defensive rookie of the year, Tyree Wilson, with the Raiders, he's plus 1,000 right now. I think he has no expectation except rush the passer.
Yep. Yeah. Are the Raiders going to be in obvious passing situations, though, or are they going to be down a lot and teams just running on them?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? First of all, I don't think any of these picks are bad, obviously. All of them are plus money as well. So take your guy, bet on him, and then have fun rooting for him for the season. My defensive rookie of the year is going to be Christian Gonzalez, quarterback out of Clemson, who fell to the number 17 pick to the New England Patriots. If we know anything about the New England Patriots, they take traity cornerbacks and develop them, right? There's a ton of transitional history where we've seen the Patriots take a cornerback and he's that dude for 3 to 4 years. They don't pay him and they just do it again. Christian Gonzalez is going to be the latest in that long line. He's going to have to earn it quickly, guarding Garrett Wilson twice a year, playing against Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill twice a year. So it's going to be a lot of trial by fire. But I think Christian Gonzalez actually changes a lot of people's viewpoints and to the point where you see in redone mock drafts that he actually falls higher up the board. Also, plus 950. I love the odds. I had to shout out a little cornerback love. Let's get into comeback player of the year. Anyone take the odds on favorite? Eric, go ahead.
So I'm taking Trey Lance at plus 3,500.
What's up? That's exactly what he's
play,
doing.
doesn't
He's being an Eagles fan.
Right.
Okay.
This is why we don't let Eric talk.
Oh,
it's always bashing the Cowboys. Not a good thing can be said. How many wins the Cowboys getting this year, Eric?
11.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He said something nice.
Well,
3 less than the Eagles.
He's asking for a quarterback.
Jesus.
He's asking for a quarterback controversy to win comeback player of the year. What a troll. Let's go, Cubs. All right, Nevada, who do you got?
yeah, so 2 quick things. So Hamlin's obviously the odds-on favorite. A couple things for you. There's been 3 people that have had nasty injuries or diseases that obviously were slam dunks. Those were Teddy Bruschi in 2005, who had a stroke, Eric Berry in 2015, who had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and then the greatest quarterback of all time, Alex Smith, with the snapped leg. All that being said, I'm going to go with Tua at plus 2,000. The award tends to be going to the quarterback. The last 14 years, 11 quarterbacks have won it. And prior to his concussions last year, he was in the MVP race conversation. So I'm going to go with Tua.
I think it's a great pick. I mean, I'm sticking with the same flavor. I already alluded to it. Lamar Jackson plus 2,500.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson plus 25. Dude, they're all good picks. Well, Trey Lance is not a good pick. Trey Lance is just petty. Eric, how many games Trey Lance play this year?
He'll be the starter after week 5.
Jesus Christ.
Are we doing the bold prediction, or can I just shoot my mouth off now?
Shoot your mouth off now.
We'll
Right,
do the bold
Dak's
prediction.
Never mind. I'll wait to do my bold prediction.
Yeah, don't kill the momentum. Shoot it off now.
All right, fuck it. Dak's gonna have multiple interceptions in the first 4 or 5 games every week. They're gonna Jerry Jones is gonna have a fucking stroke. They're gonna bench him. Trey Lance is gonna come in and win comeback player of the year, take him to the playoffs.
Can I get this to the play?
Can I get this to make the playoffs?
What does a multiple interception Dak 2+ interceptions first 4 weeks, Trey Lance comeback player of the year, Dallas Cowboys playoffs, and Jerry Jones stroke?
I'm so glad you remembered the stroke part. I was about to add it into the parlay.
What does that? That's got to be like plus 100,000.
$1 wins you $1 billion.
Eric, if that hits, I'll pay you $1,000. and that's on God.
I just want to preface it by saying I actually did have a different pick that I was going to take seriously, but then I got you guys' picks, and I don't want to have too many of the same as you, Jermaine, so I switched it up. But I agree with who yours is going to be when you announce it.
Dude, that's. Could you imagine Eric? Like he 3 of those hits, and all he needs is a Jerry Jones stroke to get $1,000 from me. He's flying to Dallas. To get that
I'm going to Dallas. Yeah, for sure, bro.
How do you incite a stroke?
I'm sure there's some sort of there's some sort of plant that you can put in someone's water to do it.
Maybe.
Come on now, of course you can.
I don't know. I'm not going to Google that either because it does happen. Jerry Jones is stroking out.
Jermaine, allegedly.
Yeah, I try not to Google that without a VPN. All right, Nevada, who's your pick?
I forgot where we were at.
Comeback player of the year, Trey Lance.
Yeah, Tua.
Oh, you said Tua, so it's my pick, right?
Yeah,
Nick said Lamar Jackson. It's my pick. Calvin Ridley, wide receiver, Jacksonville, plus 3,500. I think he's going to have 14 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, and 100 receptions.
Bet on it.
He's going to be electric. I just did. It's what we're doing right now, sir.
I was saying Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I'll plus 3,500. I take it. I already took his over on both the other things. Let's go and get into Coach of the Year. Let's just rattle your 3 off, Eric. Coach of the Year, coordinator, and executive.
So Coach of the Year, I'm going to do Matt Eberflus at plus 1,100. Coordinator of the Year, Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator of the Chargers. And Executive of the Year, none other than Howie Roseman, because he's going to make some midseason trades to get Aaron Donald, and we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Another DT. Can I ask a question here? Are we all picking Kellen Moore for coordinator of the year?
Feels like
he is.
Okay, yeah, let's move on. Okay, Kellen Moore has a better offense, and he was great in Dallas with a good offense. He's coordinator of the year.
He's my second pick.
Oh, okay.
Nevada, are you taking Kellen Moore?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. So Eric had Matt Eberflus for Coach of the Year, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So who's your Coach of the Year, Nevada?
I'm going to go with D'Amico Ryans. He's going to make the NFC or the AFC South a little spicy.
Okay. And you, Nick, who do you have for Coach of the Year?
So there's one team that there's no expectations put on them. I think we talked pre-show about them. Matt LaFleur plus 1,600 Coach of the Year. Green Bay has a 7.5 win total.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Green Bay wins 10 or 11 games, which I think they can do.
I'm going Doug Peterson.
Nice.
Doug Peterson plus 2,000. I think he's got a favorable schedule. I think this is technically, in my opinion, Trevor Lawrence's second year. I don't count his rookie season. They added Calvin Ridley. They added Tank Bigsby. They added help everywhere else on the field. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Evan Ingram is a pretty good group of weapons, and they play in a very shit division. I think Doug Peterson has his team in contention for the bye week. Doesn't get it. But because he has them in contention for the bye week, Trevor Lawrence is balling out. Calvin Ridley's balling out. He ends up winning Coach of the Year.
I can see it. I like it. That goes along with my Offensive Player of the Year pick.
Hell yeah, it does. Let's coordinators. Y'all said Kellen Moore, right? That's who everyone's taking here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I would like to introduce a variance into that. Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator, Washington, is my pick.
So I had him to start. Because of exactly what I said about rumors and people being like, oh, everything's going to hell in Washington.
Yeah, I think Eric Bieniemy is about to show everyone that he should have been a head coach 2 to 3 years ago. And that's with injuries. And then lastly, so Kellen Moore, Eric Bieniemy for coordinator of the year, executive of the year. Does anybody have any submissions? Oh, Eric said Howie Roseman. I knew that was coming.
Nevada?
I'll ride with Eric.
I'm taking Brian Gutekunst.
Wrong.
Green Bay's executive. I think a lot of people, their draft with Jordan Love, nobody expects Jordan Love to be good. Nobody expects Green Bay to be good. They're rebuilding after Aaron Rodgers. I think he put together a great draft, and he has a good team. Again, 7.5 wins. They're going to exceed expectations completely.
So I'm going to go the opposite of the trade that Nick just referenced. I'm going Joe Douglas, New York Jets. Anytime you add Aaron Rodgers, anytime you add Dalvin Cook, anytime you restructure a contract for your quarterback to save you, what is it, $60 million they saved or some outrageous number like that. Their defense is better. The offensive line is talented, wide receivers talented. I think Joe Douglas ends up getting the nod.
Here's what you want to give defensive-minded coaches: an offense that can run itself. That's always good, right? He needs to focus on the defense. Give him young players on the defense. He knows how to coach that up. Robert's solid defensive-minded guy. Give him a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who honestly doesn't need a coordinator, but when you match him with a guy that he had in Green Bay, Nathaniel Hackett, that's like playing defensive coordinator on Madden, and you only need to run the defense because your offense is just going to go score points.
2 MVP seasons for Aaron Rodgers under Nathaniel Hackett. So I just like what Joe Douglas did there. I don't think they're done on top of that. Similar to Eric's pick with Howie Roseman, I don't think the Jets are done, so keep an eye out them to be aggressive. They are in a win-now window, and they're going to try to maximize it. That closes up our futures, NFL futures for this. You guys said, that closes up the awards. We'll get into bold predictions now. Each one of us is going to give one bold prediction, 4 total, and we'll open up with Eric.
Dak gets benched. Trey Lance takes him to the playoffs. Sticking with my story.
All right. And Nevada, what is your bold prediction?
My bold prediction is that Nick does not get upset once this football season with the Panthers. No, I'm joking. This is Bill Belichick's last year in New England.
Ooh.
Oh, that's an interesting bold prediction. I like that. Dude, first of all, if both of yours bold predictions happens, football is fucking crazy this year. So, Nick, what's your bold prediction?
I am going to go neither. This goes along with my Trevor Lawrence pick. The Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills are not the number 1 seed in the AFC. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Doug Peterson, Coach of the Year, baby. Let's go.
Spicy.
I will 1,000% take that. So for my bold prediction, 3 quarterbacks this year eclipse the 50 touchdown mark. Offense goes nuclear.
And they are
Who
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to take Justin Herbert. I'm going to take Joe Burrow. And I will take Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Do you want Trey Lance on that list as well?
Yeah, he's
Nah.
going to take the Cowboys to the playoffs.
That's too bold. That's too bold. 3, you heard it here. 3 quarterbacks throw for 50 touchdowns this year. I should have done the one I originally wanted to go with. I was going to go with 3 quarterbacks have over 5,000 yards passing, but I decided to get even more crazy with it and go with 50 touchdowns.
I dig it.
I'll give an honorable mention one. The New Orleans Saints double the closest team in the NFC South in wins.
Damn, you are all over the Saints. A little foreshadowing for next week. You guys got anything else for the 10s and 10s?
Nothing for me.
I guess I didn't really have to sign off. I can just clip this part.